Namaste. Myself, JVN Dr. K.K. Chaudhary, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women University, Jaipur. Today we will discuss about the animal physiology and endocrinology, the subject into the BSc B.Ed ZVC fourth semester, and the session that is 1.2, digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. How the carbohydrates are taken into the body and with the help of which enzymes, the enzymes, which of the enzymes help into the digestion of the carbohydrates, we discuss in this topic, in this session. Now we will start the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. First, from mouth to the stomach, the mechanical and chemical digestion of carbohydrates begin into the mouth. Chewing, also known as the mastication, crumbles the carbohydrates, food into the smaller and smaller units. The salivary gland in the oral cavity secrete the saliva that coats the food particles. Saliva contains the water, mucus, salivary amylase. The saliva contains the enzyme salivary amylase. This enzyme broken down the bonds between the monomeric sugar units of the disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and starches. The salivary amylase break down amylose and amylopectin into smaller chain of glucose called dextrin and maltose. The increased concentration of the maltose in the mouth that results from the mechanical and the chemical digestion, a chemical breakdown of starch in whole grain is what enhances their sweetness. Only about 5% of the starch are broken down into the mouth. This is the good thing, as more glucose in the mouth would lead to the more tooth decay. When carbohydrates reach the stomach, no further chemical breakdown occurs because the amylase activity doesn't function in the acidic condition of the stomach, because in stomach the medium is acidic due to the secretion of HCl. So the salivary amylase works only into the basic medium. So when the food enters into the stomach, the activity of the salivary amylase have been stopped. But mechanical breakdown is ongoing. The strong peristaltic contraction of the stomach mix the carbohydrates into the more uniform mixture of the chyme. There is alternate contraction and relaxation of the wall of the stomach. Mix the food by churning it. Now the digestion from stomach to the small intestine. The chyme is gradually expelled into the upper part of the small intestine. Upon entry of the chyme into the small intestine, the pancreas releases the pancreatic juice through a duct. This pancreatic juice contains the enzyme pancreatic amylase, which start again the breakdown of dextrin into shorter and shorter carbohydrate chains. Additionally, enzymes are secreted by the intestinal cells that line the villi. These enzymes collectively known as disaccharides, are sucrase, maltase, and lactase. Sucrase break sucrose into glucose and fructose molecules. Maltase break the bond between the two glucose unit of maltose, and lactose break down the bond between galactose and glucose. Understand? कि sucrase breaks the sucrose into glucose and fructose. Maltase break the bond between the two glucose units of maltose, and lactase break down the bond between the glucose and galactose. Once carbohydrates are chemically broken down into single sugar unit, they are then transported into the inside of intestinal cells. When people do not have enough of enzyme lactase, the lactose is not sufficiently broken down, resulting in a condition called lactose intolerance. The undigested lactose move to the large intestine where bacteria are able to digest it. The bacterial digestion of lactose produce the gases leading to symptoms of the diarrhea, bloating and abdominal cramps. Lactose intolerance usually occurs in adults and associated with the race. The National Digestive Disease Information Clearinghouse states that African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and American Indians and European descent have the list. Most people with lactose intolerance can tolerate some amount of dairy product in their diet. The severity of the symptom depends on how much lactose is consumed and the degree of lactase deficiency. Then this is all about the digestion of the carbohydrates. The digestion of the carbohydrates start from the mouth and ends into the small intestine. In mouth, the digestion of carbohydrates take place with the help of salivary amylase. In stomach, there is no digestion of the carbohydrates take place due to the acidic medium, but as the food enter into the small intestine, there is another enzyme, pancreatic amylase, is help into the digestion of the carbohydrates. Sucrase, maltase and lactase also help into the digestion of carbohydrates. Then after digestion, there is no digestion take place into the large intestine. Then absorption of the carbohydrates. How the absorption takes place? The cells in the small intestine have membrane that contain many transport proteins in order to get the monosaccharide and other nutrients into the blood, where they can be distributed to rest of the body. The first organ to receive glucose, fructose and galactose is the liver. The liver takes them up and convert galactose to glucose, break fructose into even smaller carbon containing units, and either store glucose as glycogen or export it back into the blood. How much glucose in the liver export to the blood is under hormonal control, and you will soon discover that even the glucose itself regulates its concentration into the blood. Then how the blood glucose level is maintained by the pancreas and the liver. Glucose level in the blood are tightly controlled, as either having too much or too little glucose in the blood can have health consequences. Glucose regulates its level in the blood via a process called negative feedback. An everyday example of negative feedback is in your own because it contains a thermostat. When you set the temperature to cook a delicious homemade noodle casserole at 375 degree Fahrenheit, the thermostat senses the temperature and sends an electrical signal to turn the element on and heat up the oven. When the temperature reaches 375 degree Fahrenheit, the thermostat senses the temperature and a signal sent to the element off. So the thermostat, your oven is based on the regulate itself. If you fix it at 375 degree centigrade, if the temperature lower, it on, and if temperature is more, then it becomes off. Okay. When similarly your body senses blood glucose level and maintain the glucose temperature in the target range. The glucose thermostat is located within the cells of the pancreas. After eating a meal containing carbohydrates, glucose level rise in the blood. Insulin secreting cells in the pancreas sense the increase in the blood glucose and release the hormone insulin into the blood. Insulin sends a signal to the body cells to remove glucose from the blood by transporting it to different organ cells around the body and using it to make energy. In the case of muscle tissue and liver, insulin sends the biological message to store glucose away as glucose. If there is amount of glucose is more into the blood than the required, then it is converted into the glycogen and stored into the liver and the muscles. Okay? The presence of insulin in the blood signifies to the body that glucose is available for fuel. As glucose is transported into the cells around the body, that glucose level decreases. Insulin has an opposing hormone called glucagon. Glucagon secreting cells in the pancreas sense the drop in the glucose level into the blood, into the body. In response, release glucagon into the blood. Glucagon communicates into the cells in the body to stop using the glucose. More specifically, it signals the liver to break down glucose and release the stored glucose into the blood so that glucose levels stay within the target range of all cells get the needed fuel to function properly. Okay. So when the level of glucose increase into the blood, then it is converted into the glycogen with the help of the hormone insulin. But after some time, you can take the meals 24 hours. After some times, body require the energy. Then the another hormone, that is the glucagon, secreted, and it convert the stored glycogen into the glucose. In the person suffering from the diabetes, there is decrease into the, there is very less amount of the insulin have been secreted then, and this is the reason they feel they require the energy after a small time, and extra glucose is not stored in the form of the glycogen, and extra glucose is passed out through the body in the form of the urine. So this is all about the digestion and absorption of the carbohydrates, and there are very questions have been asked in the competitive exams like RPSC, UPSC, HPSC, and the questions may be the what are the monosaccharides, disaccharides, which enzymes convert the glucose into the glycogen, and which enzymes convert the hormones convert the glycogen into the glucose, and what are the enzymes secreted into the mouth which help in broken down of the carbohydrates, and in the stomach, is there digestion of the carbohydrates take place or not? If not, then why? What are the enzymes secreted into the small intestine for the digestion of the carbohydrates? So these are all about the questions which can arise here. You can find into the various competitive exams. So this is all about the digestion and absorption of the carbohydrates. Hope you understand the topic. Thank you. Thank you very much.